Hi. Yeah. Good afternoon. Good morning. Alright, selamat pagi. Alright, so this is my second time talking to all of you. It's 1:35. 1:35 pagi. Right, so early in the morning. Oh, I guess during the movement control order, right? I rasa semua kelang kabut lah. Right, so timing pun kadang-kadang upside down kan. Right, now this is the 11th day, right, of our MCO ataupun kita punya PKP. So from 18 to the 31st, so today is already the 29th, right? So and we just know a couple of days ago our government have decided to extend another 14 days, yeah. So I guess all of you know the reasons, right? Now you look at the world cases yesterday, the total have already surpassed 600,000. Now it's 622,000. Right, so it's amazing. Alright, and jumlah kematian ialah 28,800. We're talking about almost 30,000 people who have died. 30,000 orang yang mati dah. Right, and in Malaysia, as of yesterday, alright, we have an increase of another 159 cases, and total is 2320. Percaya tak? And the number of death, kematian adalah 27 orang. Can you imagine? Alright, just a little over 10 days ago, we were probably half of that. Alright, and tak cukup 10 hari kita dah 2,300. So maybe in another 10 days, probably we will hit 4,000. Alright, so and just 2 days ago on the 26th, right, down south Johor Bahru, Simpang Renggam, alright, we have got two kampung, right, that has been they did an enhanced movement control order, which means dia perketatkan lagi PKP, alright, which means it's almost like, or rather it is a total lockdown. Alright, tak ada movement, nobody goes in and out of the kampung. Alright, because just between the two kampung, alright, there are 650 families, 650 keluarga, and out of the 650 families, there are about 3,000 over people there. So out of that amount, about 80 over of them are infected with this COVID-19. Alright, so can you imagine how serious it is? Right, the whole of Johor, alright, almost 80% or 90% comes from that two kampung. So because of that, the two place, right, they have total lockdown. Right, no movement in, no movement out. Right, they use the army, the police, right, and rela untuk jaga. So sampai makan minum pun dia tak boleh keluar. Alright, so that means every day, setiap hari, people will send the food. People will send in the food. Right, so can you imagine? Alright, so now if we are not careful, alright, I mean now the government have extended to next month. Right, sampai 1 hari bulan sampai 14 hari bulan April. Right, kalau kita tak berhati-hati, kalau kita tidak mengikut cakap kerajaan, okay, if we don't follow all the advice of our government, what will happen is that we may see an extension from the 15 hari bulan to the 30th of April. Alright, I mean, I seriously hope, you know, that we don't go through that, because it's going to be very painful. Right, it has already hurt, you know, the company quite a lot. Right, but thank God we can still work even though at half the strength. Okay, but you know, so we seriously got to be careful. I mean, this virus, COVID-19, alright, they don't care. Alright, I'm sure you just heard of, even our Agong and our Pemaisuri Agong is under quarantine now. Right, even though they are negative, under quarantine because of the close contact. Right, let's pray that nothing happens to them. You know, then just 1 or 2 days ago, Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of London, right, has been confirmed positive COVID-19, and Angela Merkel, the German Chancellor, right, also confirmed positive, and also Prince Charles, right, supposed to be the next King of England, right, he is also positive COVID-19. So you got to be really, really careful. Jangan main-main, alright. Dia tak kena orang, tak kena bangsa, right, tak kena agama, they don't care. Alright, if you're not careful, you'll get infected. So, come on, alright, ladies and gentlemen, saudara Saudara dan saudari sekalian, how are all of you have been doing? 10 hari kat rumah, apa you buat? Alright? Have you been doing, for those of you who need to go to work, I mean, you have to go back to office, once or twice a week. There's one or two person that may have to go back for 1-2 hours, and the rest who are from production or the technical side, QC, QA, warehouse, and so on, alright, they have to go back every day. Alright, now, I hope you have been making, full use, alright, of this, of this time, alright, to do all the things that I have, I mean, it was an advice, alright, I mean, in terms of spending time with your family, your children, so on and so forth. Now, but what I would suggest is, have a fixed time every day. For example, I know most of you have children at home. Yeah, you got to cook. Even after cooking, you got to wash up, and then your children, you have to sit down with them, to do their homework. And then maybe some of, like my son, has an online class. Also, and we got to sit next to him, when the teacher is doing the online class with them. All right, so it is just busy. So what I would suggest is, you set a fixed time, for this, for that, and for that, right? If you need to, do your work from, from home, we seen anyway, all of us, especially the office staff, we are working from home. All right, even some of the technical stuff, you take turns, you bergilir-gilir to your office, so you are also working from home. So you fix a certain time. All right, that is your working hour. No one touches you. Get your husband to take care of them. All right, and vice versa. Right, so fix a schedule, every day, as if like there is a jadual waktu, there is a timetable, for you to get things done. All right, now, see, I mean, just yesterday morning, all right, the police, in fact, the authorities have start to close certain roads. Right, in fact, if you go into the Facebook of Petaling Jaya, right, Balai Police Petaling Jaya, right, they have started closing, the road from PJ going to Damansara and the road from PJ going to Shah Alam. All right, so you will see more and more, because by now there are so many red spots. All right, Pantai Dalam is one red spot, Sri Petaling is another red spot. All right, so they are going to stop people from going to those areas. And on top of those red spot area, there's also green spot. Green spot bermakna there's no one who has got infected, so that place is still clean. Now, once again, those areas must also be protected. Right, so government has been doing a lot of these kind of things, and even this morning itself, they have started to disinfect. Right, they get the Majlis Bandar Raya people and the Kesihatan people and started disinfecting the area around the Masjid Jamek Sri Petaling, and also Pantai Dalam. I think tomorrow, today Sunday, right, they're going to continue to do some more disinfection on all the roads, buildings, so on and so forth. So a lot of things are happening. All right, so even if you ask me about the have they found any vaccine or viral ubatna, antiviral to cure COVID-19. If you have been following the news, the Director General or the Ketua Pengarah of this Ministry of Health, all right, Dr. Nur Hisham, he was saying that in fact the WHO has chosen Malaysia, all right, to test out two antiviral pills. All right, one is they call it Favipiravir and also the Remdesivir. So these two are basically almost to perfection, but it's just that they have to test it out, and they have to ensure that it doesn't have any side effects. So actually, for any antiviral or any kind of anti-vaccine, they actually got to test more than easily. They have to take about 1 to 2 years before they can come up with a vaccine. So this is considered very, very fast. So, but anyway, hopefully that this cure will be successful. Right then, harap-harap lah. Right, we will see. Hopefully we don't see anyone dying. All right, I think that is the thing that we have to be. We have to continue to pray about. Right. So in terms of the company, I think so far so good. All right, some of you have been following, coming to work once in a while, you know. And if you have been coming to your office, I think you realize that the moment if you are driving your motorbike or even your car, you masuk saja, right, they will give you a piece of disinfectant tissue to clean, all right. So probably we will upgrade that into a spray or something. But all the touch point, tempat steering, tempat buka kereta, in and out, all the touch point you basically have to disinfect, all right. And our cleaners are also cleaning as long as any area that you use, especially the open areas, the canteens, the cleaners is supposed to disinfect, to clean 3 times a day, all right. So factory at the production side, I think they're also doing well, all right. It's just that you know, we are not able to hit the budget, right, but not too bad, you know. Probably we can still hit about 75% of the budget, right. But moving on to next month, we're not too sure, but we hope, you know, we can still do, I wouldn't say that we do better, but at least we can, you know, produce and to deliver, and also to fulfill the market needs, all right. Let's hope, you know, that if you know, all of us as Malaysian, if we continue to follow the advice of the government, then, and the government don't change anything, all right, or to tighten up the MCO, all right. In the area called Simpang Regam, now they call it Enhanced Movement Control Order, which means MCO, right? So let's hope that MCO doesn't happen here, all right? You know that they can lock down, for example, PJ, they can lock down, for example, Pantai Dalam, they can lock down, for example, Shah Alam, you know, if they think that one is a zone merah or red zone. So we just got to be, you know, stay in the house all the time, you know. Unless, you know, you have no choice, you need to come to work, you know, or you need to go out to buy something, you know, don't go in 2 person, make sure 1 person, all right. So those are the things, and make sure you wear all the protective, you know, equipments, so on and so forth. Now, the I was just going through, and we were just doing a lot of thinking, you know, and in fact, this is something I guess all of us probably have never really faced. This kind of virus, you know, situation, or this kind of pandemic, all right. Those of you who are born probably, you know, after 2000, you don't even, you know. So, but like my time, probably we still have heard of Nipah virus, you know, and some of you may have experienced SARS and H1N1, or even the Middle East MERS. But it wasn't so bad in that sense that where we have to call it a pandemic, yeah. But this is horrible, and in fact, if you think about it, all right, it is first time, you know, I guess, you know, after the 1969 communist threat, whatever it is, you know, this is the very first time we as a nation, sebagai negara Malaysia, ya, kita tak pernah mengalami sesuatu pandemik sebesar COVID-19 ini. Alright, so this is actually a real test. Dia macam ujian kepada negara kita. Alright, and amazingly, right, I know nowadays we watch a lot of we look at Facebook a lot, you know, and there was one interview, you know, by CNBC, all right, interview, I mean, Singapore's foreign minister, all right. So this foreign minister, Menteri Luar Negara Singapura, right, Dr. Vivian Balakrishnan, right. So he spoke about in terms of COVID-19, right. So when a country is being attacked, or not attacked, like being infected by this COVID-19, basically countries are being tested in 3 different areas, all right. So ujian dia semacam uji atas 3 aspek. So the first aspect is actually the healthcare system of the country, right? It's like they test your system, right? For example, how good is your hospital? How good is your this and that? Then the next one is actually what are the administrative capabilities, which means kemampuan pentadbiran, and the third one is actually the social cohesion of the people, which means the perpaduan sosial, alright, penduduk negara kita. So we actually have to, it's like being tested, So as we look through, as he looked through the 3 things, right? Mainly, I mean, I don't want to talk about Singapore, I don't want to talk about other countries. Let's just talk about Malaysia. right? There are three very, very important things. The first one, as I've said just now, is actually the healthcare system. Now, if you look at our entire healthcare system, you look at that means our system, especially our Kementerian Kesihatan, right? I think they have started work, in fact, in December itself, so they have worked very hard for the last 4 months. All right, and if you see in terms of experience that we have, in terms of everything, actually, you like it or not, actually, our standard is of certain level. That's why WHO, look up to us, and there are a lot of things they do together with us, collaborate, with us in this country. For example, we have an R&D center to actually do research on diseases and also to come out with a vaccine and antiviral, medicine, so on and so forth. So actually not too bad, as we compare to many countries, even some of the more developed countries. So I think in terms of healthcare, we are not too bad. Second one, okay, we talk about our country, right? Which means our government lah, alright, kemampuan pentadbiran kita. Now, yeah, you like it or not, there was a change of government in between, alright, okay, put that aside, but of course, this whole government approach, or the whole government, we always look at the leadership of the people, the experience of the people. Now, whatever it is, I think we should, congratulate this government of Malaysia, in the sense that they dare, they berani, alright, to declare this PKP, or this movement control order in Malaysia. I think that is a very bold move. In so many countries, they don't dare to do it, but I guess they have the guts to do it, and they really push forward. And just one day ago, they came up with the COVID-19 stimulus package, itu stimulus prihatin package for the people that is at the total value of about ringgit 250 billion, right? That is to help the people, the companies, and everyone, right, the rakyat, to go through this very, very difficult time. So in terms of sumbangan diorang, pengorbanan diorang, which means their contribution and their sacrifice, especially the people in the healthcare sector, which is the the doctors, the nurses, the medical assistants, and now even including me, because we are so stubborn, right? So the police are coming out, the army came out, the RELA people came out, right, to help to ensure that we don't come out of our house unnecessarily. So I think in that sense, our second point aspect is not too bad. All right, we are quite strong there. Now, when we come to the third point, okay, which is the perpaduan sosial, ataupun, or we call the social cohesion of the rakyat, of the citizens, of the people of Malaysia. Now, comparing to number 1 and 2 aspect, the first 2 aspect, I think number 3 is we have done relatively bad. So I mean, you have heard so many stories about, those people, who are at risk. You already know that you went overseas and you come back, right? You're supposed to self-quarantine, but you didn't self-quarantine, right? You baru balik dari luar negara, tapi right, you sepatutnya buat quarantine kat rumah. So when you say you do a quarantine, you have to quarantine yourself in the house, within the house, and you can't even, even though you're in the house, maybe you have to stay in one room, and you cannot meet your families at least for the next 14 days. These are the things, and yet, a lot of people are not doing it. Even if they are sick, they got fever, they don't want to come out, don't want to be screened, until by the time they come out, it's too late. We are still hearing this kind of stories until today. Right, and there are so many among us, a bit, we don't want to go. And then when we go and seek treatment, right, you don't want to tell the truth. Alright, orang tanya, doktor tanya, the nurses tanya, you kata tak ada, saya sini, kat mana pun tak pergi, duduk kat rumah, tak tahu mengapa kena. Right, so actually you have to be truthful, as I've said the other time. You have to be truthful, right, or else we're in trouble. You see, today we have 90 medical people, right, who are infected, positive COVID-19. Yeah, some of it because they go for kenduri, but some of it actually they were infected while they are working. All right, so let us, and then the next one, there are some of us, right, they just stay at home, cannot. They just want to find excuse to come out. Right? You remember that guy that came out jogging, this and that, right? And so many things. It cannot open restaurant beyond this time. Janganlah, jangan pergi buka lagi. Right? So, and now you see, if police catch you, they will straight away put you in the police car and bring you to jail. Alright, you stay overnight. Then the next day or 2 days later, you go and see the court. You know, you are being charged in court, and then the judge or the magistrate will decide whether you just pay the 1,000 ringgit or 1,000 ringgit and 6 months jail. Some of them 1 month jail. Right? So far, I think about 500-600 of them were caught, right, and fined, and some of them were jailed, especially the serious ones. Right? So please, right, stop being selfish. Right? If this is one thing that you can tell your friends, tell your, your relatives or anyone that you know, stop being selfish. You know selfish? How do you say selfish in Malay? Right? Don't be selfish. Jangan, jaga diri. Right? The life and death of others are actually in our hands. Alright? The life and death of our doctors who are actually fighting for us. Alright? They're in our hands. We need to get over this together. Kita kena mengatasi masalah ini, pandemic ini. Alright? Sebagai satu keluarga. No one can do this alone. So as we keep saying and saying again, if you have a close contact with anyone that you think is positive, even if they are suspect, you have to go forward and get it tested. Right, just yesterday, I think we received about 100,000 test kits from China, another 200,000 from Korea. So there are a lot of test kits, and the test kits are going to be cheaper and cheaper. Okay, so of course, if you go government, it's free lah. But if you go to private one, I think the one that you can drive through. Alright, there's one hospital you can drive through. Maybe they want 650 ringgit. You just drive through, they do the swab, and then within 24 hours they give you the result. Now, so let's be and we don't want people to die because of of certain people not telling the truth and not coming forward. Right, so once again, as I've said, I keep saying over and over again, I think the national leaders, the Prime Minister, stay at home, practice social distancing. Even if you go out, you keluar beli barang, make sure there is that 1 meter, and someone says 2 meter now. Alright, so after that, wear your protective, your face mask, and then after you buy everything, you come back. Don't immediately just come into the house and hug your children. Alright, quickly. If those of you who have disinfectant, disinfect everything. Alright, take off your shirt and everything, quickly wash it, wash your face, wash your hands, sanitize your hands, clean yourself before you actually touch the food and hug your children or your family. So, right, let's do all this kind of thing. Alright, so for those of you who really, you need to stay at home, I know some of you 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11, 12 o'clock, alright, sudah biasa dah, you want to go mama, please don't go to mama, please. Alright, don't go out eat mamak. Right, don't go and exercise in the park. Alright, don't go 2, 3, 4, 5, one whole family go to the market. Alright, so please, it's very dangerous now. Alright, so countries like China, alright, South Korea, why they have successfully come out of it, alright, or even Japan, right? It's because, alright, number one, their healthcare system is good. Number two, their government is really strong. Number three, their people are really disciplined. Alright, they come together and they overcome it together. Alright, so I think this is really not happening in Malaysia, and we need to make it happen. If we cannot make other people, start with other people, let us start with us. Alright, at least we are part of BJFM, BJ Seafoods Malaysia and Rahat. We do it, we make it happen. Alright, so this is the time. I'm not sure how many of you can know this guy called President Kennedy. He has died a long time ago. He's one of the presidents of America. He used to ask this question. All right, finally, your country, Malaysia, is finally asking you what you can do for the country. What can you do for the country? All right, what can you do for the country? Stay at home. Duduk dekat rumah. All right, so I think this is I may have talked a bit too long, but just bear with me, just listen a bit. Probably you don't have so much chance to listen to, but let me share with you something what the WHO Director General have shared recently. He actually shared 5 ways to stay healthy. he says that, you know, we look at now, you know, people's life, in fact the whole world is going through this pandemic, and it has changed our life dramatically. Don't you think it has changed your life dramatically? I think you have never used so much alcohol in your life, you have never washed your hands so much in your life, you have never changed and washed your clothes so much in your life, you have never cleaned your house, cleaned your floor, cleaned everything so much in your life, and now you are made to stay home, you cannot go out, right? I mean, everything is different, right? So and then he was talking about you know, his family, and he's talking about his daughter cannot go to school, so he's taking online class, right? Just like many of our children here, because the schools are closed, right? So, but what we realize is, you know, like for the rest of the world, that even in the worst situation, it can be turned around. Alright, situasi yang nampak memang teruk sangat, but you can turn it around. Alright, cities and countries like Hebei, Wuhan, you know, and Korea, like Daegu and so on, you know, and it is during this where, you know, they can work together, you know, and they can push back this virus. At least you give hope and courage to the rest of the world. That is what China and Korea and also Japan have done. Alright, that if you do the right things, right, you can actually push the virus, and eventually you defeat the virus. So this is not only to so this basically, coming back to these 5 points, is basically to help you, right? Not just for now, but it's long term. Yeah, you remember I said this is the time. Not go and buy, you know, everything that you like and you start eating. No. You still got to eat healthy. Yeah, eat a healthy, you know, eat healthy food. Eat nutritious food. That means you can have a balanced diet lah. Don't just eat meat or eat rice, you know. And there are some jokers, I do not know why every morning I go and buy bread, I cannot get bread, you know. So you eat so much bread, right? It is also not good, all right? So you have to eat a balanced diet, right? Why? This balanced diet, remember, we need the vitamin A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? All these vitamins, especially C, right? It helps to build your immune system, all right? Your immune system, all right, so that you can fight, all right, against your lawan, you know, against any disease, right? That's number one. Eat healthy. Number two, drink, minum, drink the responsibly. That means minum dengan cara yang bertanggungjawab. Alright, I know you're thinking about liquor, kan? No, not everybody drinks liquor, but I'm talking about those people who drink. Please cut it down, alright. And then for those people who don't drink, cut down your sugar level, your sugar drinks. Right, coffee, if you really need sugar, a bit lah. Right, but if you can't, avoid sugar, avoid Sasi, Pepsi, 100 plus, you know, what air bandung, you know, syrup, you know, that's no good, really bad. So I think drink a lot of water, boiled water especially, alright. That's number two. Number three, don't smoke. Right, sorry, smokers, but don't smoke. Seriously, smoking, it has been confirmed, it will increase your risk of developing the severe disease, any severe disease, especially if you kena COVID-19. Right? If you're infected with COVID-19, because it attacks your lung. So if you are a smoker, or even if you're a second-hand smoker, your lungs are weak, you can't fight. Alright, so try not to smoke so much, or, you know, totally use this time to cut away smoking. Right? Cut away your habit of smoking. And then number four, I've spoken about this, exercise. Alright, remember, I know we cannot go out, alright, but in the house, there are many ways to exercise, right? So, according to the WHO, right, they recommend 30 minutes of physical activities, alright, physical exercise, you know, a day for adults, orang dewasa, 30 minit, for children, untuk kanak-kanak, at least 1 hour. So, if, you know, for us, we cannot leave the house. So, what you do, like the last time I told you, there's so many videos. Log in online, click Google, and there are some exercise videos that you can follow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just do it. Dance to the music. Some of you may want to do some yoga. You know, some of you, your house got stairs, or walk up and down. You know, tangga naik atas naik. Don't take the lift. You know, take the stairs, walk down. You know, so these are the things. You know, so especially most of us, we are working from home, right? So make sure you know, don't sit in a position like me, right? Sit in a position, you know, for a long time, and you don't get up. Actually, get up every 30 minutes that you sit down to do your work. Get up for 3 minutes. Setiap setengah jam yang you duduk dekat sama posisi, yang sama, ya, berdiri, pergi toilet, pergi minum air, right? Just take 3 minutes break. I think this will help, right, in terms of our blood circulation, in terms of our, exercise. So next, the fifth one, very important, right? Keep a healthy mind. Minda yang sehat, ya. How do you have a healthy mind? I think some of you heard already. By the 3rd day, 4th day, don't talk about 10 day lah. Some of them are already talking to themselves. Dia cakap kepada diri sendiri. Some of them maybe already start to go into depression, right? So now, right, you must, right? I'm talking to all of you, including myself. You must look after your mental health, right? It is normal, right? With your children, your husband, your in-laws, your dog, your cat, everything. Right, you will feel very stressed. 1-2 days, okay lah. Now it's already 10 days. Today is the 11th day, right? Very stressed out. And some of us begin to feel we are very confused, right? Some of us feel scared, takut, right? Because we hear so much news. We don't dare to go out, all right? The moment we come back, wow, we scrub everything until all our skin come off. We begin to scare because of this pandemic. Now, talk to people. Alright, start talking to people, alright, and trust, because the more you talk to people, alright, the more it actually helps yourself, back. And then support other people in the same community, alright. When you support people, right, that can also help you back, alright, like how you help them, alright. So check on your neighbors, you have never talked to them before, only hi bye. This is the opportunity, maybe you knock, still maintain the social distance, but you can start talking to them. As I said the other time, pick up your phone, call your families, your relatives, your friends. Maybe some of your friends are doctors or nurses working in the hospitals, working in the ICUs, working at all the red spot. You can call them and cheer them up. Motivate them. If you can, try to make some. I saw people making those face shield. If you have that kind of opportunity, do all those and donate to them. Right? Help them as much as possible. Now, the point that I want to share that just another 1 minute or so is in English we call compassion is a medicine, alright? Belas kasihan, alright? Kalau kita ada belas kasihan, itu adalah satu ubat yang sangat baik. So compassion is a medicine. Right? So listen to music, alright? Turn on the music, read a book. I have started I've started reading a book. For the HODs who know, I finished reading the 8 Habits by Stephen Covey. All right, and then now I'm reading this book by second time by Tom Ziegler. Tom Ziegler is the son of Zig Ziglar. All right, Choose to Win. All right, so and after that, I'm going to read this book, The 7 Secrets of Effective Fathers. Right. My son's still young, so I still have to learn how to be a good father. So it's not a lot, but probably about 3-4 days, you can finish one book, especially on Saturday, Sunday, if nobody disturb you. All right, but at least try and do some reading. All right, and then play a game. Try not to read too much, especially with the Facebook now. Oh my God, WhatsApp especially. All right. Don't read too much and don't watch too much news, because these news are so depressing. Setiap kali kamu dengar berita, kamu rasa sangat, aduh sedih, mengapa macam ni lagi. I already stay at home 11 days and yet the number of new positive cases has not come down. That day was 230 something. Today is 100 something. And then another day 170. Is still high. And in fact, based on JP Morgan, all right, their prediction is about by the middle of April, 15th of April, right, it can pick up to about 6,000 positive cases. All right, and in fact, by the MIER, Malaysian Institute of Economic Research, right, their forecast is even worse, 8,300 positive, cases. So can you imagine if we let that happen? All right, I can tell you, it will extend beyond April. Now it's only 2,000 something, right? If our figures continue to go 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, it's even worse than now, right? Right, so we've got to be really, really careful, right? So, but at the same time, try not to, but as long as you're at home, you're practicing all that you need to practice. So, you are already doing your part, right? So, And then maybe instead of one whole day keep looking at it and feel so depressed the whole day, maybe one day you limit yourself to 1 or 2 times, all right, and then look at reliable sources. A lot of fake news, banyak berita palsu, so be very careful. A lot, even the stimulus package that came out also got berita palsu. Dia guna stimulus package yang palsu. So this COVID-19 has taken so much from us, right? COVID-19 ni, virus yang ambil terlalu banyak dah. It has taken so much from us, alright? And we feel so bad. Why they have taken our life, taken our, people that we know, taken our time. Now I cannot go to work, my children, this and that. But do you know, alright, it is actually a blessing in disguise as well. It is actually giving us something very, very special. I think I mentioned that the last time, alright? But I want to mention it again, which is the opportunity, right, for all of us to come together as humanity, as Malaysian, regardless of race, religion, and background, and to learn to work together and to fight this pandemic. All right, learn together. All right, and we grow together. Come on, BJFM. We must learn how to work together, learn together, and grow together. If we are not going to do this, okay, we cannot defeat COVID-19. All right, trust me. All right, believe me. All right, you need to do that. Okay, once again, all right, stay safe. All right, I mean the standard motto now. Everybody says that: stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. All right, see you. Take care. All right, I'll talk to you again in a few days' time. Bye.